Hi, my name's Neil. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about being a skateboarder over 40. Over the past 5 years I've been learning to skate again after taking about 25 years off, and I've been documenting the whole thing on this YouTube channel. So if you're new here, take a look back through the history of this channel. You might find some of the videos really interesting. Over the past few videos I have been looking back at 2023 month by month and kind of making a video for each month, just showing what I've been doing and what progress I might have been making, if any, what I've been working on and working towards. If you haven't seen the first few videos and you want to check them out, there's a link in the description below. But yeah, as I say, this is April, so let's get stuck into it. It was quite apparent to me making the last video and even making this one that the videos are going to turn out to be very long. Trying to squeeze like a whole month's worth of skating into a fairly short video is pretty difficult. So what I've decided to do with any of the longer ones is chop them up into smaller, shorter videos and release them quite quickly between each other, but just to give you a breather between them. That way it doesn't seem quite such an epic watch to sit down and, watch maybe a 40-minute video. So hopefully the smaller, shorter videos will be more digestible, easier to watch, and you can watch them in your own time. So this is the third part of the April video. Let's get into it. Alright, next session was back to skate room again for another vert session. As I say, I tend to go there pretty much every week, so you'll probably see maybe 2, 3 or 4 sessions from me from there, depending on which ones I chose to record. One big reason I don't record an awful lot of sessions from there is because my progress is pretty slow, as you can probably tell. But anyway, as usual, I drop in with a few backside kick turns just to get my legs working. My knees definitely need a good workout before I can start doing tricks properly. I just don't have great flexibility in my legs, so I need to do lots of kick turns and pumping around just to get my legs moving. And then once that's out of the way, I can throw up some rock and rolls. And then the 50-50 battle continues, and I see how many I can get, maybe 1 or 2, maybe I'm lucky sometimes and get a few more, but I keep having to throw those up there every single session, as many as possible, to try and get them in the bag and a regular trick that I'm not going to have to think about too much. The goal, as I said before, is just to drop in, do them straight away on the first wall as a setup trick for something else. Obviously I want to get those grinds nice and long. At the moment they're very short and I'm getting on and getting off pretty quick, but I need to get up there, do a nice long grind and get back off again without thinking too much about it. So my usual run would consist of like dropping in, doing a couple of backside kick turns, maybe backside slash grinds to get the speed up and get pump hard enough into a 50-50. Now if I'm lucky enough to land the 50-50, I'll go round again, perhaps another kick turn, and then go for a rock and roll. Usually I'm pretty lucky that the 50-50 will unlock the rock and roll, so most of the time if I get a 50-50 I'll get a rock and roll straight afterwards, and then a few more kind of kick turns and slashes, and then I might try doing a early grab backside air. And then if I'm still on the board at the time, it'll be into perhaps some frontside kick turns, working towards a frontside slash grind. And then when I've worked on all those, perhaps I work on a few early grab backside airs. But you'll see a great example of why I'm really not all that into doing the early grab backside airs anymore. Basically, they're just not doing me any favors. I've done a video about this already and I'll put a link in the description below, but you'll see that I bend down to grab the board and just sack all my energy and fall against the wall. Bending down while you're going up the wall is just a really bad idea, but you end up doing that to do early grabs, but you just lose all your speed, all your energy just hits into the wall, and it's a terrible disaster. So early grab backside airs are a road to nowhere in my humble opinion, and I really need to start learning to pop out the top, grabbing at the top rather than bending down halfway up the wall and just losing all my speed and falling against the wall. So yeah, definitely something to be working on. So you'll see that I'm working towards doing something a bit different, which is to try and do a backside air nose grab. And to start with, what I'm doing is just doing lots of kick turns but grabbing the nose while I kick turn, and eventually with enough speed and grabbing the nose I should be able to get the rhythm right where I'm grabbing the nose and pulling the board as I do the kick turn, and the wheels may leave the surface if I'm doing it all right. It's the timing, like speed, timing, the grab and holding on to the grab and pulling the board as I do the kick turn should mean that eventually your wheels start to leave the surface if you kind of give it a little hop as you do that kick turn. But getting the speed and the timing right is where you got to go to begin with. So that's what you'll see happening here. And then, as I said before, more front side kick turns, working towards front side grinds. My front side's terrible. I need to practice front side as much as possible. And so every session I kind of vowed in my head to do some front side kick turns and at least get 1 or 2 front side grinds. And so that is what you'll see quite regularly as well in these sessions. and the final session that I have some video of was actually visiting the Vert Attack competition in Malmo in Sweden. I went there with the guys that I skate vert with at Skaterum and all around the country, skate some of the other vert ramps with them. And this is a competition that hasn't happened for a few years due to COVID and lockdowns and everything. But this year it happened, so we all went there, and for no real good reason that I can think of, I decided to enter because everybody else was entering. So my performance was obviously terrible and I came completely last, but that was totally expected. I really went for the experience and it was amazing. Some of the best vert skaters in the world were there and just absolutely tearing it up. So I made a whole video about the whole Vert Attack experience, and I'll leave a link in the description below. But suffice to say, here's some of the footage of my short runs, and I'll let you watch the full video, link in the description if you want to know more about that.
Liam Hester is in next from the UK. He's got a cheering section. The UK has a strong vert scene.
Oh, I love those airwalks.
The color, the whole outfit, the color coordination. Man after my heart with the whole clothing and attire coordination.
Sure.
Absolutely. Not only is the outfit perfect, but the grip tape job is perfect.
Go. That's the final of the day. Scratch and coping. Hester coming out from London. So we've got Neil Hester.
The strange thing about these things is they keep counting down.
Hester, color coordinated, ready to go. See that axle stall? Getting some speed.
Rock and roll, yeah, foot coming off at the last minute on that rock and roll. Working up for it. Here we go, Neil.
Neil's coming in, trying to get both those trucks on the coping for y'all. Oh, just coming off.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw.
So that is the April video. A lot of talking from me and not much action really, I guess. Going through the motions every week is just the way that I learn, and there's no way I'm going to learn properly if I don't just repeat things over and over and over again. So you might feel that these videos might be getting a bit boring, but I'm just adding a touch of reality to the side of things that you might see on social media. You know, you see all the makes get posted to social media, but you don't see what goes into making all that happen. Hopefully that's a way that you can see how much it takes. But as I've also mentioned before, this channel was primarily about me documenting my journey in skateboarding, and so what I'm doing is bringing all the stuff together in some concise videos as a bit of an archive really, so might seem a bit boring, but it's a bit of a diary for me to just pull all of my year's footage together. So if you enjoy that, let me know in the comments below. If you find it a bit boring, still let me know in the comments below. It's all up to you, but just remember it's primarily about me archiving all my footage together so that I can look back on it when I'm too old to skate and just see what I did, and enjoy perhaps looking back on the days when I could move, I could do something. So yeah, thanks for watching anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you again in the next one. Cheers, take care.